Hey guys, I teach Power Fusion for Astea, and I'm here to share some tips on how to prepare for class um, and how to get the most out of your experience in class through your space and connection with self. So, really, two things I want to talk about. One is grounding before class and kind of just getting to your mat. And the second is your space itself, the ambiance you create for yourself, which supports your why for coming to your mat and perhaps reinforces that you will return to your mat. So let's start with grounding. We're humans and we have anxiety, we have families and jobs and things going on, and lots of reasons why it might be difficult to get to our mat. And so, beginning with the idea that all of these thoughts and feelings and thinking is just part of the discursive mind. It's just part of that never ending conversation that is happening up here. And what we want to tap into is the feeling body, the feeling heart. And so, as you know, the most effective way to do this is coming to the breath. Powerful and so simple. So just starting to notice your breath brings you out of this thinking, anxious mind, fueling the emotions and all the things and the to-do lists. It brings you out of this mind and into the feeling body where you have that safe place. So once you start coming up with the distractions and the reasons why it might be difficult to come to your mat, simply returning to the breath for a gentle awareness of the breath can ground you. Also, just labeling the thoughts, that's worry, that's anxiety, that's anger, with a gentle awareness, like a feather on a glass. Label it, come back to the breath. Now, sometimes this doesn't work because there is too much intensity there with things going on externally to return to that internal place. And so in these cases, I use visualization. For me, what's very effective is a waterfall, a fast moving flow of water, which reminds me of the impermanence of all things, that this moment will pass. And maybe even because of that, how precious is it and important is it? Kind of gives it a little more of a treasure aspect to it, but also gives it perspective. It's going to be gone. So I can just envision this waterfall and I'll stay with that. I'll go to the bathroom, I'll lock myself in and I'll just stay with this visualization until I'm on top of the situation versus the other way around. And this just gets you to your mat, okay? So where you know after the hour is up, it's worth it. You have created more space via the time you've put on your mat. What we're trying to do before you get to your mat is create that space ahead of time, just to get you there. Your space itself, three aspects to this. One, and for me, is music. For me, music can almost be like a drug. It can lift you up, it can make you feel understood, it can motivate you, it can comfort you. So skillfully using your music, I'm gonna hit play, can almost create a departure itself. It's kind of what you're looking for, is that departure. So you can depart from the busyness of life and return to self. Fill up this person so this person can fill up others. Doesn't work in reverse. So music, you've got your music going. For me, nature. Okay, so nature is so powerful. I wish I could share a million studies with you right now. I'm pretty sure they have proven that trees have heartbeats. In nature, nothing is rushed, yet everything is accomplished. Nature kind of reminding you of your power and keeping your power, not giving it away with a skittish mind. So create yourself a space where you can hold space and have your power for that hour. So nature is powerful. We've got our music. We sprinkled a bunch of seeds in certain areas in our yard where we just grow wildflowers, and I can grab them and add them to the space. So I sprinkle them around. Music, nature, and then a drishti of focal points. For me, this is a candle. Okay, so candle reminds me of my reason why. I light a candle. You might see me doing this if I take a class before I hit my mat, or certainly when I'm teaching. It's a focal point, it's a reminder, it brings me back to my why. A lot of times this involves two things. It's hard, I'm gonna do it anyway. I don't give up, if you will. Like, I'm gonna be praised, I'm gonna be blamed. I'm gonna be hated, I'm gonna be loved, and I'm gonna do it anyway. It's kind of irrelevant. And so shutting down these external conversations in this external world and coming back to, I'm gonna be here and do what's right, fill myself up so I can be better able to be the change I wanna see in the world. So I light my candle as that reminder. I'm going to let my light shine no matter what is happening around me. So my candle is my drishti, my focal point. I've got that going, I've got my music. And then I kind of hold this space. It's a space I can come back to when I practice, when I teach. And every day the mind is different. So I just try to meet myself where I am at. And I try to create that space for myself mentally to get myself to the mat. And then after the hour's up, we all know that that was time well invested. So that's my little tip on grounding yourself for class and creating a Zen-like space where you can get the most out of your practice. I sincerely love you guys and appreciate your support of Asteya, and we will see you soon on the mat.